Hello guys! I'm going to be doing my November TBR. So last month what I did was read the best books of 2018 because I wanted to participate in the Goodreads GoodChoice Award. So I wanted to at least kind of try to read the most popular books. But this month, however, we're going to do reading the books of 2018 because I really wanted to read them. I started kind of really getting back into reading, especially with booktube when I got very motivated last year, and as well with Goodreads I saw all the books and I just kind of wanted to read the top of all of the categories, which of course did not happen, otherwise we wouldn't be here right now. But basically that's what I wanted to do, and this kind of end of the year book craze that is going on is making me want to finish the challenges that I set up for myself. So this is what I'm going to do. I already did read a few of those in different categories, so I'm not going to be doing all of the categories, which would be excluding the ones that I wouldn't include, like cookbooks. It would be 16 categories, but I physically can't read more than 10 books a month. Hell, I can't read 10 books a month. I don't think I can. Last month I tried and I actually did really well, and then by the end I completely failed. In fact, I managed to read only 6 books of the 10 ones that I wanted to read. So yeah, a bit disappointed about that. But still, the way that I had envisioned this was with a 10 book TBR, so that's what we're going to do. But this time I'm going to be more lenient with myself, and I just don't know if I'm going to read 10 books. But at least I'm just going to try to pick and choose the ones that I feel like reading most, because I feel that if I just choose 6 books, then perhaps I don't really know which ones to choose. So let's choose 10, and then I can choose throughout the month. But I will still strive to read 10 books. At the same time, though, I do have to say that I am attempting to participate in the NaNoWriMo, and I'm severely underprepared, even if I try to do Preptober. I have never written anything in my whole life. I don't even want to write something serious that I ever want to show to anyone. I just want to do it for a personal challenge for myself and to kind of write a lot of crap, so that then eventually, maybe one day, I can write something that is not utter crap. So basically it's a challenge, but that's already going to take a big chunk of the day that normally I would perhaps spend reading, so I have no idea if I don't really know how much I'm going to be able to read. I thought it would be fun to look at the Goodreads Choice Awards for 2018 with you and choose the books together. So here on my phone we go to best books of 2018, and here we're going to go to the different categories. So I'm going to start with fiction. Still Me as the third book, so I'm not going to read it. An American Marriage, I just don't feel like reading that one. Here, I mean, you can see that I've already selected a few. An Absolutely Remarkable Thing, that's actually a very good option. Otherwise, I had also thought of reading not Us Against You, but the first installation of this one, Beartown, because I have read and it has very good reviews and I really like the type of fiction. 9 Perfect Strangers also sounds really fun, but I think it's going to be either Beartown by Frederick Backman or An Absolutely Remarkable Thing. On to Mysteries and Thriller. This one I actually struggle a lot and I don't really like, so I think I maybe even won't choose it. If I do choose it though, you see I don't have any of the, I think it would be this one, the 7.5 Deaths of Evelyn Hardcastle by Stuart Turton. But I think that this would be one of the categories that I won't choose, because I can't choose all of them. Historical fiction I do like, and The Great Alone, this one I did want to read. So it's The Great Alone or The Death Ways of Wild Witch. I already read The Book Thief this year, and I really enjoyed it, but at the same time it was very hard to read, so I'm not sure I feel like reading another one. I do know that I want to read it, but at the same time I also heard that it's not very accurate, so I'm not sure I'm happy with that. I don't know. The Clockmaker's Daughter, this one looks so interesting. I also really want to read this one. Oh, and When the Crawdads Sing. I think in The Great Alone I've heard things about it being as well very long and slow, so I'm not sure would be the best choice for this one. And The Crawdads Sing, would be one of these ones. Let's see what I choose later. Fantasy, yay, this is the good stuff. Okay, so fantasy, actually, I just realized I had already read it. I read Circe by Madeline Miller, and so this one I shouldn't read anything else, even if I really want to read Spinning Silver by Naomi Novik, and The Poppy War, and basically many things on this list. And Grey Sister, I need to read Red Sister, really want to. And then this, The Girl in the Tower, and The Bear and the Nightingale, I also want to read that series. Basically a lot of good stuff here. Ooh, in Bloody Rose, what's the name of the first one? Well, but I also really want to read this series. But I have already read one, so I'm not going to be reading it, because it's about finishing the challenge that I set up for myself. So then, the best of the best. I do include this category because I think it's a good kind of summary of the best books of the time. And then here, so it's either The Hate You Give, which I haven't read yet and I do really have to read, or All the Light We Cannot See, which I think that I'm absolutely going to adore. I mean, I think it's going to be difficult to read because it's also about war, but I really like this type of historical fiction books, so The Help I'm not going to read now. Oh, The Nightingale. Yeah, these two are kind of, All the Light We Cannot See and The Nightingale I would kind of pair together. I think I would go for All the Night We Cannot See, except The Nightingale has a movie coming out, doesn't it? I don't know. Then I would never have picked A Court of Mist and Fury, but at the same time I did read the first book this year, and I really liked it, and I want to continue with the series that I have not yet read. But I just keep doing this theme TBRs for myself, so then I can never kind of put it in. And I would love to finish the series before the end of the year. That's actually one of my ideas that I want to do a December catch up with all of the kind of leftovers of finishing all the series that I started that year. But maybe I could include this one and then kind of get ahead. But I also really want to read others. I don't know. So it's either All the Light We Cannot See or A Court of Mist and Fury. Then romance. That's really nice. Oh, of course, I also read this one already. I read The Kiss Quotient. So yeah, I also really want to read All Your Perfects. I've read very good reviews, and yeah, that would be it. So no romance for me this month. Then science fiction. Science fiction, I don't think it's my favorite genre. I don't know. You know what? I think I haven't really read enough to be able to ascertain that. And then, yes. So basically, I saw all of this, and I just don't really, I'm not interested in a lot of it, but I am very interested in the villain saga. So I haven't read the first book. So then I would basically take, instead of taking the book Vengeful, I would take the series Villains, and I would be reading the first book Vicious, and that one I really, really want to read, so I think that I'm just going to do that for science fiction. Horror, I'm just keeping horror. There's no way I'm going to read horror ever in my life. Then humor, yeah, this one is also one of the ones that I don't think I'm going to read, because I prefer reading other things. Otherwise, I think I would choose either Calypso or The Greatest Love Story Ever Told. Then nonfiction. Nonfiction, there was a period of my life where I actually only read nonfiction because I really wanted to learn things and stuff, but then at the same time I didn't read that much because it's not as enjoyable. So I'm very happy that I read a lot of fiction now, but at the same time I don't want to completely ignore it. I do think it's something that is nice. So here, yeah, I'm not interested very much in these ones. I mean, I have them as one to read, but this one, the 21 Lessons for the 21st Century by Yuval Noah Harari. I really want to read this one, but I think I'm going to read it after I read Sapiens and after I read Homo Deus, and then this one. Yeah, I still haven't read those either. I think I want to read the 12 Rules for Life and Antidote to Chaos, because I already have it, and it's an audiobook as well. And there's a book by Jordan B. Peterson, and yeah, I think I'm very interested in reading that one. Then on to Best Memoir and Autobiography. This one, I actually thought that I was going to read Becoming by Michelle Obama, but I don't know, I didn't really like it at the beginning. So I think I'm going to try Educated by Dara Westover. These are not my favorite type of books. I really don't like these genres too much, especially because in the next category, which is History and Biography, I actually I started reading Robin by Dave Itzkoff, and I was so interested in this one. I was like, if there's ever a biography that I read, it's going to be Robin, because I was very shook by what happened to him, and I really wanted to see his trajectory and how his whole career developed, because he's one of my absolute favorite actors. But at the same time, biography is just a lot of facts, which of course is what it should be, but I think I would enjoy more a memoir, perhaps, which I think that's a difference. Basically, a story told, telling the true facts, but in a story way, not just he did this and this and this and this and this and this, and then he did this and yeah. So, well, I've read already 33% of that one, so I do have a head start, but I have to say it's extremely long, and the format that it's written, it's really hard to read. So I actually read it for a really long time, and I've only read 33%, so wish me luck with that one. Then science and technology. I am a science fanatic, so I think I'm definitely going to be choosing this category. I basically want to read all of the books here. When I was trying to choose, I was just like this, and I just added them all to my want to read. But the one that I find most interesting, that I thought was a very nice twist, was this one. How to Invent Everything, a Survival Guide for the Stranded Time Traveler by Ryan. So this one, basically, you are set up back in time with a time machine, and then you basically live life, but you have all of the knowledge, or at least this person has all the scientific knowledge, and then it's about taking the whole civilization further, way back in time, with all the knowledge that we have now. But then throughout the story of how he does that, he then explains the basics of a lot of scientific concepts, which I think is really interesting. So you learn about science, but it's also a story about, I think it's brilliant. So this, I think, is going to be, I think it's the one I'm most excited for. Then foods and cookbooks, we're skipping. I'm also skipping graphic novels, and I'm also skipping poetry, even if actually, maybe with the verb official, if I read one poetry one. I do want to read this one, The Witch Doesn't Burn in This One, but I have to read first the other one, right? I don't remember what it was called. Then this one, what was it? Is it YA? No, debut author. Debut author, so yeah, so I do want to read Children of Blood and Bone, especially because one of the YouTubers that I really like, Chloe, I don't know her full channel name, I just know it's Chloe, it's gonna be cute. I think that I'm going to read that one, and then I think the third book as well is coming out soon, maybe next year, so hopefully I could catch up. To Kill a Kingdom, it's also really interesting. I think it's a Little Mermaid retelling of sorts. The Copy Word I really have to read, and also The Astonishing Color of After. That one also is very interesting. But anyway, I think I'm going to go with The Children of Blood and Bone. Then Young Adult, that's fun. Yeah, so it's either Sadie. What it gives us. That's also interesting. The Lady's Guide to Petticoats and Piracy. I also really want to read this one, but I would have to read the first one. So it's either... I already read Truly Devious. Wait, I already read Truly Devious. So I think it means that this category I've also already done. So that gives me options to not read something, except that I really like this category. But anyway, if I read something from this category, it would be Sadie by Courtney Summers, which I have a feeling I'm not really going to like, but at the same time I'm very curious because some people absolutely love it. Or The Astonishing Color of After by Emily Exarchman, which I think is going to be very deep and emotional. Which means I'm really going to enjoy it, but at the same time I have to be in the mood for it. So we'll see. This is young adult fantasy, and the other one is young adult fiction. So this one I haven't read from the last series. This one I could then read again. Oh no, I already read this one. I read The Cruel Prince. I did read the categories that I enjoyed the most first. I guess that makes sense. Then middle grade. I think that I don't have space for middle grade, but I really like middle grades as well. I'm not sure I really like them. I also get bored very easily if they're too simple, but I also find them extremely cool. So I think this one, if I were to choose, which I don't think so, but if I were to, I would choose The Magic Misfits. This looks so cute. Picture books, I mean, I wish. I think I'm going to make a TBR of 10 books, all picture books. Yeah. And that's it. That's all of it. So those are all the options. Let me see what I go for. So these are the books that I have chosen. I've decided to go for these ones, but I have to tell you, I mean, even if I do like sticking to my TBR, at the same time, if I find a book that I absolutely adore, or I just find that I get stuck in a book and I just don't feel like picking it up, and I do want to read it, or at least the concept of reading it, but not actual the practicalities, I'm just going to swap it for one of the other ones that I told you were also good options. Also because my mood changes a lot throughout the month, so we'll see. But I'm definitely going to try to read these ones, and there are some here that I do know that I'm going to read for sure because I'm extremely excited for. So yeah, this is my TBR challenge for this month, to close up on the Goodreads Choice Awards. Yeah, so this is my final TBR. Wish me luck. I hope that I can manage to read all of them, or at least most of them, and finalize my challenge. And then I'm done with 2018, unless there are specific books I want to come back to. And then I'm just excited for the Goodreads Choice Awards 2018, excited to vote, to participate, and then to perhaps also read the winners of that. It's going to be interesting. Wish me luck again, and see you.